guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Premium.
And a big thanks to OJ at Furman Mazda in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for OJ.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the CX-5 replaced the CX-7 as Mazda's compact SUV back in 2013. The second generation CX-5 that you see here was released in 2017, with its most recent facelift back in 2022. For 2024, just like the CX-30 we just reviewed in this channel, the CX-5 now adds a carbon turbo trim, and just like the CX-30 carbon turbo, here we would also get the zircon sand yellow metallic paint and the terracotta leather interior. The premium trim that you see here sits right above the carbon turbo, adding quite a few features while only raising the base price by $200. With a base price of $37,800, what else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So we mentioned the most recent facelift for the CX-5 coming in 2022, and that added these all new headlights with these new LED daytime running lights, LED high and low beam projector headlamp too. We get an intercooler and radiator since we get the 2.5 liter turbo, and a massive Mazda badge up front housing the advanced safety features. We don't get front parking sensing on the premium. I believe the turbo signature does get the front parking sensors and 360, but here we still have really useful features like heated ventilated seats, heads-up display, this beautiful white metallic paint color too. Hopefully you pick up the sparkles on camera. No fog lights either, but really not a big deal. We get these beefy black 19-inch rims wrapped in Toyo A36 all-season tires. Dimensions being 225/55 R19, so the 55 series sidewall should keep the ride quality nice and plush, and the 225 wide tires with all-wheel drive should put this power down perfectly fine. I actually like the black trim here with this white paint color. I'm not the biggest fan of plastic cladding, especially for more premium trims, but this plastic cladding is an actual gloss black painted trim, so it actually makes the vehicle look a lot more premium, especially with this white paint color and the black mirror contrast with LED turn signals on it. We don't get the camera on the mirror for the 360 like the Turbo Sig, but as you mentioned, we're still loaded with features. We get blind spot monitoring on the glass, shiny chrome for the bottom part of the window trim, black trim up top, blacked out B and C pillar. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger, sunroof, shark fin style antenna as well. We'll check out the window sticker here for this 2024 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Premium with the rhodium white metallic paint color and a black interior. You guys can pause, take a look at all the standard features. One thing that really pops out at me, not only do we get this booming Bose premium audio system with a subwoofer and 10 speakers, you also get rain sensing windshield wipers and ventilated front seats, of course heated front seats too, at $37,800 for the base price. Options, $225 for the black lug nuts and black wheel locks, $325 for the cargo storage shelf, $170 for the floor mats, $595 for the rhodium white metallic paint color, and the Turbo Premium on top of the carbon turbo gets the de-icer for the windshield, automatic power folding mirror, traffic jam assist, heated steering wheel, and heated rear seats. After a $1,375 destination charge, we're totaled out at $40,490. So this is a really loaded SUV at the $40,000 price point, and that's after destination. We get full LED taillights, also updated post 2022, chrome CX-5 all-wheel drive badge in the corner, Skyactiv G Turbo in the opposite corner, Mazda badge in the center, third brake light right up top, also LED. We can take a quick look at these dual exhaust tips, and speaking of the dual exhaust tips, let's fire up this 2.5 liter turbo 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 2.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder sold by Mazda for the 2024 CX-5 Turbo Premium. It sounds okay, but it makes a very healthy amount of power at 256 horsepower or 250 horsepower for the CX-5, 320 pound-feet of torque with premium fuel. You go with regular fuel, you're going to drop down to 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 6-speed automatic transmission. You can expect 0 to 60 in the low 6 second range, making it a no-joke performer, especially with a sub $40,000 base price. Again, in this Florida sun, hopefully you can pick up this white metallic paint color. That's one of the nicest whites I've seen. I'm usually not the biggest fan of white paint colors. They come off a little bit cheap for me. But when you add this many metallic sparkles, it almost looks like a matte white paint color. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. Somehow I didn't close the door all the way. Not a big deal. We're opening it right up regardless. So up top we get leather stitching. It's like a dual layer leather stitch, just like on the Turbo SIG. It's just not Napa leather. We still get the silver contrast stitching, faux carbon fiber aluminum beneath that, aluminum door handle, and gushy soft leather for the armrest. We get 4-window auto one touch, lock and unlock, adjustable mirrors, and they're power folding. We get the Bose premium audio system, 10-speaker plus subwoofer. You can fit a foot long with no problem, and a big gulp right next to it. Taking a step inside, we get 2-person memory seats, very solid bolstering with red contrast stitching even for the perforated section in the center. They're heated and ventilated, fully adjustable. You can adjust the lumbar, recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So from the brake, engine start stop, and everything fires right to life. But first thing we notice, the steering wheel is thick, red contrast stitching, solid 10-2 bolstering, and the 9.3 fits perfect in your hand. You get a rubberized horn area. The horn itself, loud and aggressive. People should be definitely getting out of your way. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. We do get dual panes here on the Turbo Premium. I don't believe the Carbon Turbo gets dual panes. I'll let you know once I do review a Carbon Turbo, but I believe the Turbo Premium is where the dual panes begin. You have volume and skip controls on the left side, voice commands you can hang up and answer your phone calls. On the right side, radar cruise control and lane keep assist. You can also turn off the lane keep assist in the left corner, trunk release right next to it, and paddle shifters controlling the 6-speed automatic transmission. The stocks have a very satisfying click, auto headlamps, auto high beams, and auto rain sensing wipers, all nice features for the price point. The dashboard gets leather stitching up front and soft touch for the actual frame of the dashboard, but the area that you can be touching and looking at gets that beautiful leather stitching. I said I'd show you guys with the gas cap release. It's right next to the hood latch release in the lower corner. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. The infotainment screen, we can adjust it with this dial right down below. I believe it's a 10.25 inch. You can check out the menu, source list, favorite stations, tuner, audio settings, FM. I believe that's all the adjustments for the music. The home screen, we get information, entertainment, communication, navigation, and the overall settings. Of course, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto 2. The navigation screen, let's take a look. We haven't added the SD card yet. Mazda charges, I believe, $400 or $500 for navigation, but you can go on Amazon or eBay and get the SD card for $50 or $60, and within a few hours, you'll have factory Mazda navigation. Going right back to the home screen, it'll be my personal favorite to look at all times. We also get shortcuts for the music, home screen, navigation, return, and the favorites. Electronic parking brake with auto hold, leather stitching for where our knees will often hit, heated steering wheel, heated and ventilated front seats, and dual zone automatic front climate control. All really appreciated features. We get a wireless charging pad, 12 volt right next to it, gear selector controlling the 6-speed automatic transmission. The backup camera, we get guidance lines, no trajectory unfortunately, and the screen is only taken up, I guess, about 7 or 8 inches out of the 10.25 inch screen. But it's still a super high resolution, throwing it right back in the park, and it immediately returns to the home screen. Drive mode selector, it's called My Drive. We get sport, normal, and off-road mode. We'll start the review off in normal, transition, sport, and just see what the differences are. 2 cup holders, you'll fit 24 to 30 ounce bottles in there with no problem. The armrest is gushy soft leather. We can open it up. Decently spacious, but the Mazda 3 hatchback and the CX-30 we just reviewed in this channel appear to have a bigger glove box, which is a head scratcher considering this is a larger class vehicle. 2 USB-C ports and a 12 volt right next to it. One thing I noticed though, up front, we don't have any USB-A ports. So if you are like me and you only have USB-A port chargers, you're gonna have to go in the back seat and extend a cord through that. But I'm sure most people that buy this vehicle will just upgrade to USB-Cs anyway. The glove box, we can pull this latch. It is damped and lined with felt, super premium. You'll fit 20 to 25 license plates in there with no problem. Easily fit a pair of shoes. We don't get a frameless rear view mirror, but it's auto dimming with 3 garage HomeLink settings on it. The interior lights are LED, sunglass holder, and a sunroof. It opens up pretty quickly. The glass goes into the roof itself, so it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. We'll see if it goes out any further. It does not, but pretty far opening all the way to the end of the front row. We can poke our way out of here. Beautiful day today in Tampa, Florida, sunny and 75 degrees according to this 2024 CX-5. We can shut the glass right up, leave the shade open, so when we hop out back, you can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat of this 2024 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Premium. Let's check out the back seat, see how much space is offered back here, as well as the overall quality of the material. So out back, we get that stitched leather, even for the top part of the door panel. Middle portion is all gushy soft, and a gushy soft leather armrest. We get auto one-touch windows out rear. You'll fit a 6-inch sub with no problem. If you lay it this way, you'll fit a foot long. You probably won't stack two on top of each other. We get an additional one of our Bose speakers down below. The rear seats are decently bolstered for a compact SUV, perforated and heated out rear. The legroom looks decent. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have about 3-ish inches of knee room. Headroom, I have about an inch, maybe 2. So if you're under 6'3", 6'4", you'll sit behind your seat settings here with no problem. A little bit more spacious compared to a CX-30. This armrest, we mentioned the USB port is only located back here. I'll actually pull it out because I won't need it anymore throughout this review. You can see 2 USB-A ports. You can shut this thing up, and it's a decently padded leather material, and 2 heated seats up front with 24-ounce cup holders. Cool. And we mentioned the rear seats are perforated, so the heater function will work a little bit better. We get 2 air vents back here as well. The interior lights are LED. You get a hook for the driver's side rear grab handle and one for the passenger as well. Mat pockets behind both of the front seats. That's about it though, guys, for the second row. Let's check out the cargo space, see how much space is offered back here, and then take this 2024 CX-5 Turbo Premium out for a drive. So we get a power opening lift gate. We mentioned a $350 cargo tray. You just unzip it, and you can throw quite a bit of car accessories in here while still having access to the floor of your trunk space. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly the size of this floor. You get the latches to drop the rear seats, I believe 40, 40, 20. And you drop the rear seats, I'd expect you to fit up to a 65-inch TV back here, maybe a 70. Very solid amount of space, and the wheel well's cut out decently so you can fit a golf bag horizontally. To shut this trunk, you press this button up top. It gives you about a second so you can move out of the way if you got grocery bags in your hands so you don't get doofed in the head. That's about it though, guys, for the inside and outside of this all-new 2024 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Premium. I think it looks really good with this Rhodium white metallic paint color and black wheel contrast, as well as the contrast of the black mirror caps, the gloss black fender area, and rocker panel side skirts. It's a clean looking SUV, especially for the sub $40,000 price point. Performance wise, let's take this 2024 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Premium out for a drive and see what it's got. All right guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all new 2024 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Premium. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. My first impressions though, the steering feels a little bit lighter than the CX-30 we just reviewed in this channel. It feels similar to what you would get from the Mazda 3 hatchback, which is good. The CX-30, it's not that the steering was too heavy, it's just for the class that it was in, I would expect it to be a little bit easier of a turning experience. I personally don't mind the heavier steering, but I know that some people that are looking for a more premium SUV, they'd rather have the buttery, silky smooth. Regardless, over the speed bumps, we'll hit this one a little bit faster than we should. Yep, you hear the bumps, you feel them a little bit, so no, it's not gonna be like Mercedes-Benz level of ride quality, but it's like 85–90% as good as something you would get from BMW. Normal mode, not off the line, but on the gas. Woo-hoo-hoo! Wow. That thing took off. That feels just as fast as the CX-30 Turbo. I know it probably isn't because of the same power plant, but with a little bit more weight behind it, but it felt really quick. We'll try one out off the line too. This guy's not gonna let us test out the handling here, unfortunately, but we'll try that again in 1 minute. All right, guys, taking a step out here, about half throttle. Oh my God, this thing is a powerhouse. Another turn we probably won't be able to hit very quickly because of somebody being in front of us. Yep, but we can still test out the steering feeling normal. Yeah, it feels a little bit lighter than the CX-30, but it feels all right. We'll try one out off the line here once he gets out of the way. Throw it into sport mode too. Sport mode, off the line, on the gas. Boost, quick shift. It short shifted us into second at about 4,900 RPM, into third at about 5,350. So although the red line's about 6,100, this turbo 4-cylinder is really not going to be revving past 5,500 very frequently, if at all. Another time, about third throttle, it pulls in sport, shooting you to about 4,000 RPM with about third throttle. It feels powerful. The steering gets a little bit heavier in sport too. So the CX-30, it had heavier steering in normal mode, but there wasn't very much of a drastic difference in feel between normal and sport. Here you definitely feel a little bit more weight in sport mode. Don't want to get in a little bit quicker than we should. Whoop. A little bit of body roll, but it stays planted nice and flat. Really feels like something that you would get from BMW. Wow, over the bumps it feels super composed. Not bad at all. Once you pass this guy, we'll try one more moving pull, try the paddle shifters. Second gear on the gas. Good pull. And in manual mode, it lets you shift closer to 6,000. We'll try that again, entering a highway, and see how far it actually lets us rev this thing out. Nice rev match downshifts. Throwing it in a little bit quicker than we should. Woo! And coming out. Oh, nice. This thing is quick. So the ride quality is good. I'm not going to call the ride quality great. It's comparable with something that you get from like a CR-V, Toyota RAV4. It's not comparable to something you get from like a premium luxury brand. The materials and options, however, are definitely consistent with a more premium brand. We'll hop out onto this multiple lane highway. All right, guys, taking a step out here, starting off in first gear. Woo! Oh, turn on the wiper by accident. Nice. This thing can rip. So 0 to 60, I can see happening in around 6 seconds, maybe a little bit quicker if you get a great launch, maybe a little bit slower if you don't get a great launch. Second gear pull, it shifted us at 5,000 RPM. That is ridiculous. Like, what's the point of even having manual shifts if it doesn't let you rev it out anywhere close to the actual red line? Really not quite sure why that's the case. All right, guys, real world turning radius is super sharp. We'll start it off in first gear on the gas. That was like 5,200. Go, 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 go. Nope, it doesn't let us get past that 5,500 mark. Oh, okay, that was about 5,500, but it still feels really quick. We'll try it out in sixth gear. At highway speeds, we're under 2,000 RPM with the turbo engine. It still feels very peppy, even in sixth gear. We have passing power in sixth gear. Watch this. This is about third throttle. We're picking up speed and we're passing traffic pretty quickly. All right, guys, one more real world turning radius. We're no longer in sport mode. Turning radius is solid, about half throttle, good low end, and a very solid mid-range. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a luxury SUV, you don't need 3 rows. You just want something with top-notch materials, top-notch level of tech and options, but you don't want to spend more than $35,000 to $40,000, guys. With a $37,800 base price here, heated and ventilated seats, a booming Bose audio system, blind spot monitoring, power liftgate, a beautiful white and black contrasted paint color, and a powerful turbocharged 4-cylinder that can get this thing to 60 in 6 or less seconds. If that's what you're looking for, and I'm sure that's a lot of you guys, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2024 Mazda CX-5 Turbo. Check out the carbon turbo if you want to save even more money than this, and check out the turbo sig if you want features like Napa leather, 360 camera. But if those two features aren't that big to you, you'd rather save a couple $1,000, this 2024 Mazda CX-5 Turbo Premium is a great way to go, and I would definitely recommend checking it out. And a big thanks to OJ at Furman Mazda in Tampa, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car or SUV in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for OJ. And huge thanks to all of you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks
you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.